Wally Shaver, Lou Nanny, and Jim Rich back with you here at the XL Energy Center in downtown St. Paul, where this game has been a lopsided affair. The Moorhead Spuds have outshot Duluth East by a 23-9 margin. They had only one goal in the first period, but they scored 3 times in a mere 42 seconds in the second period to blow this game wide open. And that's a confident bunch of potato spuds on that bench.
Well, they've got a mission. They want to get to the state finals, and it certainly looks like they're going to get there, and they want to win the championship. And standing in their way is an excellent hockey team, the one team rated #1 for most of the year, Centennial Cougars. And that should make for a great matchup tomorrow night. I'm certain that they're going to get there. It's going to take an awful great effort by Duluth East to overcome 5-0 against this terrific Moorhead hockey club.
And Moorhead's been jinxed. This was their 9th trip to the state tournament. They've been in the championship games 4 previous times, but they have never won. But they are about to dispose of their 2 most recent casualties. Elk River beat them in 01. They beat Elk River yesterday. Duluth East beat them in 95 in the championship game, and they're about to dispose of Duluth East in this one unless there's a miraculous comeback.
Well, a power play coming up for Duluth East, the holding penalty against Moorhead. And so if Duluth East wants to get in the board, now's the time to do something about it, as we see Brian Lee going to the box with a holding penalty, and Duluth East get another power play opportunity.
Duluth East power play not been very good this year. Coach Wentworth has said they'd rather go 5-on-5. Officials are saying, no, you gotta go 5-on-4 right now. Here's Chris Johnson trying to get it on track for them. Lasky across the line, leaves a trailing pass to Rob Johnson. Back to Lasky in behind the goal. Gamps goes back there to set up shop. They go back to the point instead, however, for Chris Johnson. Try to get it down low. Picked up now by Gamps. Back to Rob Johnson. Robbie behind the goal has Gamps alone in front. They shoots and scores. Perfectly fed. Gamps was waiting in the right spot, and Duluth gets on the board.
A real good play there. Johnson to Gamps, and that line had a great night last night. They've been quiet this far tonight because they haven't had many opportunities in the offensive zone. Moorhead having bottled up the Duluth team all night long. But look at that nice little move right there by Rob Johnson. Goes behind Gamps in perfect position out front, right off the pass, right inside the pipe. Nothing the goaltender could do about that, and Duluth East on the board.
It's Gamps from Johnson and Johnson. Bill Johnson getting the other assist. That's the brother combination for Duluth East.
Guys getting a little settled right now.
A little chippy.
Well, the one thing Moorhead's got to do is get back. The last 2-3 minutes of the second period, they weren't sharp. They start out with a penalty here. They got to get their sharpness back. They got to make certain that they play the same kind of tempo they played in that first period and in the second, just because you want to maintain that kind of effort.
Moorhead trying to get it started back up. They cross the line. Coming down the left wing side now is loose. As a delayed penalty, it'll be forthcoming to Duluth East. And as they gain possession, they'll also gain the gate.
And I think Moorhead's going to have an opportunity to get their own power play goal because of the way they move it around. A roughing penalty coming right now. And Moorhead has got that very, very good power play. Sievert going off for roughing. I would not be surprised if Moorhead scored in this power play. They had all kinds of chances on the last one. And it was just some great goaltending that kept the puck out of the net. Let's see if they can do it again.
And their top line is on the ice, too, led by Deitz, who has 31 goals on the year, including 1 here tonight. Deitz in behind the goal. He's number 11. Leads the team in goals. Very hard-working, dedicated hockey player. They move it back into the point. It comes off the end wall, right back to the netminder, Matheson. He came on in the second period to replace starter Jake Maida.
And a good shot by Lee from the point. Oliver tried to deflect it. He made a nice attempt at it because he was facing the point man. Back to the goal. He tried to deflect it inside and just missed.
Lee getting it across. They sent it out in front. Whoa, and just barely fanning on that was Gifford. Comes back around the other side. Gifford holds it in. Trying to toss it down in the corner for Deitz. Deitz back to Gifford. Gifford looking to lead, try to thread it through down low, and it didn't quite go. And it's picked off and sent all the way back into the Moorhead end. Lee. Waiting. Moving. Past the center. Takes a bounce favorably. Here's Oliver going in. Oh, he's squirting off the play by Johnson. Dietz, however, takes control from Moorhead. Plays it out in front. Bounces back to the line. Lee keeps it alive, feeding Gifford, number 21. Pounds it back in behind the goal now for Oliver to Nick Dietz. Back to Oliver, to Dietz. To Oliver. It's a hot potato for them Spuds. Ammerman back to the point. Now to Gifford. Back over to Oliver. And that shot is stopped by a sliding goalkeeper, Brent Matheson. Not out. Dietz leaves a trailer. Stepping up is Ammerman. Feeds it across to Oliver. Or Gifford, rather. Gifford tried to pass it back against the green. Couldn't get it through. And Hennessy starts back one-on-one.
You notice how well Brian Lee skates. He just so effortlessly just took the man away. Left, right, no matter which way you want to go, he just is able to change strides and stay right in front of the man at all times. Another delayed penalty coming against Duluth East.
Look at Lee. Smooth as glass. Cross the line. Into the corner. Checked off the play. Scampering is Corey Johnson to pick it up. Got a man in front, but takes a shot right on. And Matheson makes the chest save and holds, but he's going to get even busier now because his Greyhounds will be 2 men down.
High stick penalty called against Duluth East. They just kill 1 penalty, and Lasky's going in there now, and they're going to get another one. Or actually, it's Hennessy. Hennessy going in there. You're looking at Coach Todd Wentworth, not happy. When you're trailing, one thing you don't want to do is keep playing shorthanded. You need all the opportunities you can get. You don't get many when you're shorthanded.
And it won't be 2 men down because that other penalty had just expired. Yep. Now back on the point. Moorhead with a shot. Whoa, Matheson didn't know he had it. The ref did, and that's why he stopped play. Shot from the point from there. Number 7 is Joe Emmerich.
Well, he had a nice, good low shot. Gifford just couldn't quite get there in front to deflect in time. He was in good position, just about a foot away.
Corey Johnson trying to pull it back to the point. It stays in the corner. Finally pried out of there. Here's Van de Velde behind the net, centering. East picks it off.
We haven't seen Becker yet tonight get a good opportunity in goal, and I would not be surprised if he got one.
He's number 15.
Good-looking hockey player, great speed, and he was very sharp last night.
East not allowing Moorhead to get going. 12:45 to go here in the 3rd period. There's a penalty time. And here is Becker. Van de Velde wide left. But Becker brings it in. Becker going in behind the goal. Lost control of the puck. Sent around the boards by Phil Johnson. And back go the Spuds to regroup in their own end. Emmerich. To Ammerman. Ammerman played in that high school elite league. Got good Division I college potential. Across the line now for Gifford, who goes in deep to the corner. Good sense of the puck. Second in the team in points. He can score. Plays it to Dietz. Now there's a shot, but it deflects and goes out to center once more. Moorhead will start it up from there. Back to their blue line. Here's Brian Lee. There's a spinorama, but he's being watched closely by Johnson. Then turns it over to Arrow back at the Duluth line. No real urgency right now for Moorhead. Content to slow the tempo a tad. Dietz bringing it out to center off the stick of Oliver. And we have a delayed penalty coming up. Well, let's find out where Jim Rich is down there, somewhere with a Centennial player, Tim Ornell. Jim?
That's right, Wally, and this kid has given up pizza to stay and do this interview. We were going to do it in the 2nd period, but he hangs out. His teammates have left him here. He's got a couple guys here, but to me, just about that game today, how it went for this club.
It was great today. We really worked hard on our forecheck, and we really, I think we all hustled them today, and we were just able to put a few goals in and just now we're in the state championship, and it should be awesome for our team.
Talk about your goals today. Can you walk us through them?
The first one was RJ gave me a pass in the slot. I just put it on net and went in. And the second one on the power play, someone shot it, and the rebound was just sitting there and just tapped it home.
Earlier this season, you played Moorhead. It was a 3-1 game. It was in your building. What could you take out of that game for tomorrow's?
That game was a battle in Moorhead, back and forth hockey, and this should be a good game. I think it would be a test to see if we'll be able to play hard, and we will be ready, and it should be a great game for all the fans.
3 games in 3 days. Is that any factor at all, do you feel?
No, we'll be ready for tomorrow.
You're this close. You've been #1 all season long. So many people have paid attention to your club, media, fans. What's it been like for you guys? Did you realize just about what you may accomplish tomorrow?
Well, it's been a blast. You know, we've had the whole community around us, and it still doesn't hit me playing in front of the XL with all the fans. You know, I used to be little wanting to be these guys out here, and we finally done it, you know. Just got to complete the last stage tomorrow in the state final.
All right, congratulations on what you accomplished thus far, and good luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
And now you can go have your pizza. Thanks for hanging out for us. Look at, they're already leaving. Let's go back upstairs to Wally Lou. Thanks.
That's because they're hungry. They got to get some nourishment in there. Eh? Boy, they sound confident, though, don't they, Lou?
Yeah, they do. They really do. And I think they're looking forward to the matchup tomorrow night. I really believe that they want to prove that there's a distinct difference between 1 and 2.
Chris Johnson across the line. That shot ricochets off the glass, goes over to the right side where Gamps relays it off to the point now for Hansen. Keeps it down low. Gamps with it. This is a power play now for Duluth for another half minute, as you see. East trailing 5-1. Move it back to Chris Johnson. That shot blocked out in front. East will keep it in deep. Gamps sliding it around to the left side now. Lasky relaying it to the point. Back behind the goal for Gamps. Gamps moves it to the other door this time. Hansen lets a shot go wide. Lasky picks up on the left wall. Moves into the circle. His shot blocked by Moorhead. There's another drive deflected by Gamps, but it goes off to the right side. Here's Rob Johnson. Back down to Gamps. Moorhead returning to full strength now. Becker behind the goal can't clear it. Lasky had it. Then finally the Spuds just drive it off the glass all the way down. They'll take an icing call here so they can get a regular unit out. We'll be back to see what they do with a 5-1 lead right after this. Our Dodge game summary shows it all. Moorhead, 3 goals in 42 seconds in the second period, really ripped this game open. And part of ripping it open was Corey Luce with a pair of goals last night. That combines with his overtime winner last night over Elk River to give him 3 in the tournament. And again, the shots on goal certainly indicating the strong performance for Moorhead at 26-11. Shots on goal advantage through 2.5 periods now. Plays in the zone. Moorhead defenseman has broken his stick, so forward comes back to hand it off. That was Miller dropping it back to the defenseman Emmerich. Now as the play goes the other direction, they have the chance for everybody to get new lumber or new composites. That's all they use is composites now. Chris Anderson shooting it in for Duluth. Banked off the board and sent around. They go up the middle, but it's almost intercepted by East. And another errant pass will find Moorhead with another draw coming up in their own zone on the icing.
And Moorhead not looking very sharp this period, even though you get a 5-0 lead. You want to play better than they're playing. They just seem to be content with the 5 goals, and they are not sharp coming out of their zone. It's a completely different team than we saw in the second period, the way they're moving the puck coming out of the zone. They just seem to be lax and laying back. It's not a good way to finish up a game, especially when you're going to have to go against an outstanding hockey club like Centennial. You don't just turn it off and on.
Down into the corner, going for the puck is Oliver. Try to relay it in front. East picks it off, and here they come into their own zone. Nelson leaving the charge. As the fourth line's out there, they had good success in their game last night, that fourth line.
And Gifford got hurt. He just went to the bench. He's going up to the locker room right now.
Yeah.
And that would be a big blow to this Moorhead Hockey Club.
Dietz drops the puck down to the ice for number 12, Corey Johnson, who brings it across the Duluth line. It bounds up into the air. Controlled now by Chris Arrow. It stops and then starts left. Lugging it to center. Shoots it ahead. East a little slow on the onside there. Headman pass to Corey Johnson from Moorhead. Picked off. Back to play it for Arrow. 7.5 to go. 5-1 Moorhead. They're in the dark. Tipped deep into the zone by Duluth's number 11, Hayworth, who goes off in a defensive line change for the Greyhounds. Emmerich out of his own end to center ice. Played into the zone. Here's a rush for the puck for Vandevelde. His pass across ice too far. Vandevelde gets it back into the corner. In behind the net, now swooping out in front. Here's an opportunity, a shot by Luce, right on, and Matheson makes the save. 5-1 to score. Moorhead up on top. Will return to downtown St. Paul for more hockey.
Duluth East, time running out, 7:06 to go, trailing 5-1. And the only thing Moorhead's got to worry about now is they stay healthy. Gifford went to the locker room. Seemed like he took a blow to the shoulder. I'm not sure how badly he's hurt, but we'll see if he returns to the game.
Kluge digging the puck loose for Moorhead, trying to center it out in front. Miller scrambling for the puck, but East comes out of their own end. Drop pass now by Hennessy. Doesn't click. Back the other direction come the Spuds. Miller across the line, trailer for Vandevelde. Didn't get all the shot that he wanted on it. Kluge can't quite get to it, and Chris Johnson does instead for Duluth. But it's wrestled away from him by Vandevelde. Up down low for Kluge. He's got an open man in front, but can't get it through. Good defensive effort there by Phil Johnson to break it up for Duluth. Sievert lost it. Moorhead down low. Backhand shot right on the save. Two of them for Matheson. Continuing to scramble after it. Here is Vandevelde. Playing it back in behind the goal. And Moorhead making some changes on the goal here. Chris Johnson, long bomb pass to center ice. Ooh, it just misses Butterworth and becomes an icing call instead.
Very close. Butterworth going for a long pass. Duluth trying anything to get on the board again. Long pass out of the zone as you're looking at Chris Johnson, who's logged a lot of ice time here tonight. The Johnson boys back in defense. Phil Johnson, Chris Johnson. Big cogs in that defense this season for Duluth, but tonight not able to do a lot under that pressure that they've been facing from Moorhead all night long.
Senior heavy Duluth East, trailing by 4 goals. They get a chance to score! Coming back straight up the middle. Rob Johnson on that follow-up shot on the rebound makes it 5-2.
Lasky gets a shot from the right side. The goalie makes a save, kicks it out too far. No one's picked up Rob Johnson coming straight down the slot. He puts it away. Rob Johnson, who set up the first Duluth goal this time, gets a great shot, open net, right past the goaltender. He saw Chris Johnson breaking for the net. Everybody turned to him, and all alone right there is Rob Johnson to put it away.
Don't miss those. Lasky will get 1 assist. Chris Johnson, the other one. And those two Johnsons aren't related. Rob and Phil are. They're brothers. Play back into the Moorhead zone. It's now 5-2. Circling the wagons. Barta. Passing it up for Gifford, who staggers and falls. Good to see Gifford back out there, eh? He's on that left wing, number 23. Gifford with it across the line for Dietz. He winds and fires off target. Oliver can't play it off the boards. East relays it back in behind their goal. Moving up ice now is Sievert. Long pass going up to Rob Johnson. He has a man in front. Games tries to center it, does, but the goaltender blocks at the side of the cage. Spuds off the wall to center. Waiting and then shooting it in is Hansen for East. Hammerman. Go right back over to the Greyhounds. Johnson across the line, lost it. Hammerman once more retrieving it. And this time Moorhead's just going to take an icing call. 4.5 minutes to go. It's 5-2 now. East chipping back. Do they have enough time? Stay with us. We'll find out.
No doubt about the Minnesota play of the game here. Connerton up to Gifford, over to Dietz, and a great goal.
Tic-tac-toe, but a long tick first of all in that pass.
Yeah.
But boy, good read by Connerton, eh?
That's for sure.
That really opened things up because that initiated. It was 2-0 at that time. That made it 3-0, and just seconds later it was 5-0. And that's what Moorhead did. 3 goals in 42 seconds in that little span.
You won't see too many of those, I don't think, against Centennial, though.
No.
That was a nice play, and they basically caught him on a line change, but you're not going to see them at full strength when they're under a lot of pressure. But Connerton really had heads up to it. Gifford made a great pass across the Dietz.
Moorhead's Tyler Johnson. Turning the puck all the way up ice, a little bit too far for Vandevelde. It bounces back inside the line. East getting a chance, but no further momentum there. But not cleared out. East beginning to create some momentum for their favor. They're not giving up at all, Lou. You know, they're down 5-zip, and they've chipped in 2 goals, and they're still skating hard.
That's right. They want to look better at the end of the game and say it wasn't a blowout. We came back. We made a battle of it, and they're certainly doing that.
And win the period. That's all they want to do right now.
And they're doing that.
Losers of these 2 semifinal games tonight will play in the 3rd place game tomorrow. And why is that, huh? We'll await the loser of this game for that contest. Meanwhile, Centennial enjoying their pizza tonight. And they'll face the winner of this game, which appears to be Moorhead, who are only 3 minutes and 10 seconds away from advancing to their 5th championship game. And they're still looking for their first title. Will this be the year? Who knows? But Dietz will have a chance here late in the 3rd period. Spun around and can't go any further as Chris Arrow catches up and works him over a little bit as Dietz falls on top of the puck. That will spot a faceoff probably back outside the zone.
That was getting close to the Minnesota Farm play of the day again. A long pass up the left side. Dietz again on the right side. But he just didn't quite get that pass perfectly, and Arrow came back to break up the play. A couple of real good balanced lines up front for this Moorhead Hockey Club. It's good when you see one line getting 2, another line getting 3, and they do it both nights in a row. You need that kind of balance when you're playing against a real good team. Oh, God.
Man.
Johnson's knee is going to be...
He had his head down and just got stood into. Chris Johnson.
I think it's... he got hit pretty good there.
That's a bell ringer. I'm glad the knees aren't bad, but
he's not too happy about getting hit, not because the guy hit him, because he wasn't alert and catching a check right here. See the knee right there?
Ouch.
Oh. Could be a little stiff tomorrow.
And that's Oliver stepping into him.
Yeah, he stays out there with the hockey players. They're going to give him a little rest here to make certain that he's okay, but
gee,
that one hurt.
Yep. New set of D out there now for Duluth. Here's Phil Johnson with it. Chip back out to center ice. Johnson again into his own end. Passing it across to his partner Hansen. He loses the puck. Henry picking it up. Tried to get Dietz in behind the goal, but he was knocked down. And here come the Greyhounds once more. Bursting out of his own is Rob Johnson, but it's offside at the blue line. And then we've got some problems behind the play. And Nick Dietz is going to go off as he was trying to keep Phil Johnson contained.
We got a holding call on him, but that offside, Wally, is something you see often. The guy's in the zone. He's offside. Instead of coming right out of the zone, he thinks just by touching his back foot on the line that he's onside again, but he's not. He's never left the zone. You got to leave the zone, and kids get in the habit of not doing that, and unfortunately broke up a good opportunity.
Moorhead shorthanded for the 4th time tonight, the 3rd time here in this period. And one power play already scored by Duluth tonight. East has pulled the goalkeeper with 2 minutes to 5 seconds to go. And they'll have the power play unfolding in the Moorhead zone now with the extra skater, so it'll be 6 against 4. East players knocked down, but they try to keep play moving, but will not be able to do so. And it'll be interesting to see where they spot this face-off. Will it be outside the zone or in? I think it's going to be in because the Duluth player was knocked down.
You're looking to Rob Johnson, who's had a good 3rd period here. Goal and assist. Gifford in the box for Moorhead. Good move by Coach Todd Wentworth, pulling the goalie down by 3. You need all the help you can get, and you might as well go 6 on 4.
Chris Johnson's shot is blocked. Moorhead clearing, not out. And East shot is blocked by their own man.
And unfortunately now, the hand pass, and even though it's not intentional, kid stuck his hand up to knock the puck down. Face-off coming outside the zone.
It's Hennessy you're looking at, number 14, Maury Hennessy. Good, easygoing guy, gets some big goals, and he certainly could use one for his team here, trailing 5-2. Chris Johnson holding the puck in at the point. Down low now for Lasky. Back to Johnson at the blue line. He winds. He fires. It's right on. The loose puck to score. Power play goal for East. Wrapping it home is number 22, Phil Johnson.
And a good shot from the point by Chris Johnson. He got it through. And Phil Johnson, who's the other defenseman, he was already sliding down low for a pass across, saw the shot, breaks to the net, gets the rebound, puts it away, and a smart move by the coach, pulling the goaltender. He pays off. We make the score 5-3. He watched his shot get right through on the net, rebound right there in front, and that's put away. Might have even been put in by Rob Johnson, I think.
Yeah,
they more like Rob Johnson to me.
How's this for a goal? Johnson from Johnson and Johnson.
Dream goal.
The Johnson hat trick.
Got it, yeah. Goalie's gone again.
Yeah. Suddenly it's 5-3.
Coach Morinville's not going to be happy about this third period.
No, he won't.
You know I wouldn't be.
We go into the final minute now. 5-3 Moorhead, and there is time for East. And Moorhead better be aware. They're trying to keep things stalled up along the boards. Big battle going on down there. Number 26, Vandevelde, mixing it up with Johnson. They get the puck loose, East does. Here's Rob Johnson, 26. Checked, and the puck comes out to center ice. Slides into the zone. There's an empty net. Gathering it up is Henry. No problem stuffing that one home.
Really good work on the far side, though. That's what really created the goal. Vandevelde and Miller on the far side getting that puck out of the zone, and they had to battle along the left side, and as they did, the puck came loose. Henry all alone going down and just tucking it in that empty net.
Well, that'll look good for them right now, because things were not looking good here for a while for Moorhead.
Well, that not that
the clock was certainly against them, but
it certainly was. But you don't like to play the third period the way Moorhead played this third period after how well they played in the first two. A huge difference.
Miller and Vandevelde picking up the assists on the Moorhead goal.
Number 24, Dave Miller, second assist to number 26, Chris Vandevelde.
And an icing call will bring a face-off back in the Moorhead zone. 6-3 now. So Moorhead and Centennial tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. It's the ultimate prize, 1 versus 2 in the rankings.
Plus the two teams that most people thought had the best chance to meet each other in this tournament. Even the rankings notwithstanding, you never know who's going to be in there, but most people thought that these two teams were playing that well, that they were the odds-on favorite to meet, and when they do, you get to determine a true champion this year, because these two clubs have had wonderful seasons. They've been at the top all year long. They've played in tough situations, and you like to see the top 2 rated teams, if they are accurate in the ratings, and it certainly seems like they have been, face off to see who's the best in the state.
Centennial lost only 1 game this year. Moorhead has lost only 2 games this year.
And one of which was to this Duluth East hockey team. And they certainly have erased that here tonight.
That's it. It's all over. The Moorhead Spuds, for the 5th time in their school history, will be playing in the championship game for the state title.
Well, I think, Wally, if I'm not mistaken, whoever wins tomorrow night is going to be the first time that area has ever won a state championship. So we like to see that too. It's a real nice twist to what we've seen, and it's always good to see new blood in the state championship, and not only in it this year, we're going to see a new champion, one that's never won it before.
Yeah.
Moorhead came out with a wonderful effort for 2 periods. They totally dominated the game. They had a 5-0 lead, and it just seemed like they went to sleep somewhat. Duluth East, you got to give them credit. They didn't quit. They battled back. They wanted to make it respectable. They put a little scare into Moorhead, as you pointed out, made it 5-3 in the last minute. And since we saw 3 goals scored in 42 seconds, you couldn't say that, you know, they weren't worried. But Moorhead was fortunate enough to get the empty net goal, made it 6-3, and go on to face a wonderful hockey club in the Centennial Cougars, one that we saw put on quite an exhibition here tonight against Wayzata.
2 championship games coming up tomorrow in the Class A bracket at noon. It'll be Breck versus Orono, and in the nightcap at 7 o'clock, Centennial will take on these Moorhead Spuds. We'll return to the X after this.
It will be Moorhead in the championship game for the 5th time. Will the 5th time be the charm? The Spuds defeat Duluth East, who gamely fought back in that 3rd period. They defeat the Hounds 6-3. Back with Joe Bianchi and Dave Spihar. I'm Jeff Grayson. Well, your Hounds, your alma mater, they came on in that 3rd period, gave the Spuds a scare.
They did. I mean, they hung their head, they kept their heads high and they battled and picked up a couple goals. But, like I said, in between the intermission there, within the 3rd, Moorhead's a quality hockey club. They're very strong. I'm excited for tomorrow night. Looking very much forward to it.
Joe, is that just something natural that happens when a team gets a big lead like that? I mean, it's human nature to kind of shut it down a little bit.
Absolutely, and certainly they were looking to get some other guys involved in the game also when they moved it to the 5-0. But, resting some guys and getting other guys involved certainly is a good move there.
Well, let's go to our Super America Superstars. We've got a couple of Corys from Moorhead and Phil Johnson from Duluth East. Corey Lewis with a couple of goals. Corey Johnson with a beautiful goal and an assist. And then Phil Johnson coming back with a couple of goals for Duluth East.
Yeah, I think Phil Johnson was a presence out there all night. I think, he's a quality hockey player too. He was out there, he's battling, took a big hit there at the end of the game, got up. Tough kid, and I don't know. Wish it would have turned out different deep down, but like I said, Moorhead's just a classy hockey team, and they proved they were superior. They are.
Well, the 3 of us will set up tomorrow's championship matchups in a moment. You're watching the Boys State Hockey Tournament on Fox 9. So Moorhead successfully avenges one of its 2 losses, defeating Duluth East 6-3. We'll see how they do tomorrow night against Centennial. Jeff Grayson, Joe Bianchi, and Dave Spihar back to wrap things up at the XL Energy Center. Let's look ahead now, guys, to our 2 championship games. In Class 1A, it will be Breck against Orono, and Joe, you'll be here for that one. How do you see that one?
I think it's going to be a little different than what we've seen maybe from Centennial so far. Both Breck and Orono, very talented, very quick, and I expect that one to be a high-scoring game. Hopefully we see a 5-4, 6-5 type of game.
Well, Orono going for its first title, Breck going for its second. Dave, let's look ahead now to 2A, number 1 against number 2. It's a matchup everybody wants to see. Moorhead ranked 2nd. Their only other loss was to Centennial. The Cougars ranked number 1, going for their first title as well.
Yeah, you said, Moorhead could avenge both their losses during the regular season. I think it's going to be a heck of a hockey game. Maybe Centennial will sit back, play the 1-4. I think Moorhead's going to go right at them, attack, use their speed, use their D. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. I'm very, very excited for it. I think we got what we wanted. We got 1 versus 2. We're going to see a great hockey game tomorrow night. It should be a classic.
Well, we'll see both of you guys tomorrow for those 2 championship games. We want to thank all our announcers and, of course, our hardworking crew behind the scenes. We'll see you on Championship Saturday. Moorhead defeats Duluth East by a final score of 6-3. Remember, Championship Saturday begins at noon with Breck against Orono. And we'll have that, the Class A championship game, then AA, Centennial and Moorhead at 7. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks again for watching.
Fox 9's coverage of the Minnesota State High School League's Boys Hockey Championships is brought to you by U.S. Bank, home of the 5-star service guarantee. Menards, save big money at Menards. Toyota and your Minnesota Toyota dealers.